we'll go, oh, well, this morning with Twag and Wag, we're exploring the ways of the working mind.
Absolutely. So Wendy, just out of interest, again, you were with a group, weren't you? And you were trying to work out WAG, because everyone kept asking you about it, didn't they?
Yes. It took me 15 years.
Yeah.
And every now and again I revisit it and go, right, WAG has got to stand for something else other than Wendy and Gillette. And of course now I'm Harris, WA just doesn't kind of cut it, does it? It's just not got the same flow. And last week I was just doing some training with a team, and somebody asked me what it stands for, and I said, if you can get me to somewhere other than, Wendy and Gillette, I'll give you free support for life. It was one of those sort of moments. And I said, at the minute, I could say I help you with words, online, on the phone, whatever it is to have a conversation. I help you find your audience so that you're speaking to the right people. And then I get to go, and I kind of go, yeah. And I started with generator. I thought that was quite close. And then yesterday, unbeknownst to me, my 11-year-old was in the garden listening to this training going on. And she mentioned it, and she says, Mum, I think I've got your word for you. And I was like, have you? What for? She says, you WAG for WAG. She says, I heard you say words and I heard you say audience. She says, no, so I understood it. She says, but I think what you actually need as you go is guidance. And I was like, hey, give us a high five. And that was it. I went straight to my phone and I had to change it straight away. It was like, that's it. Yeah. 15 years of brainstorming and it comes out of the mouth of a babe.
Always though, isn't it? Because it's like the unconscious mind is always listening all the time, and it just needs a couple of little triggers. If you think about it, it's what advertisers use an awful lot with their jingles.
Yes,
like
definitely.
a miles a day helps you work, rest, and play. It's very difficult not to finish off the sentence. So, yeah, if you've got like words, audience, and guidance, and all of a sudden you're bringing that into everything that you say to people, then WAG becomes an obvious hashtag, doesn't it?
It does, and it just sort of incorporates everything that you do. If you can, and we've talked about this before. If you can use 3 or 5 words to sum up what you do, and it sticks, you've cracked it. And it's. I mean, what's your hashtag, Gary? Go on.
Well, there's many, but
come off the shelf. The one that needs to come off the shelf.
The one that I've been hiding away for ages, which is very similar to yours, actually. It's the word according to Gary, or twag. TWAG. I mean, I love to have a little rant now and again. You know that, Wendy. And given the opportunity as Gary Outrageous, I mean, even the surname is what I call stickable. I think there was a book, I forget who wrote it now, about stickability. It is, isn't it? Sticky marketing. So, unbeknown to me, by creating that surname, it's sticky marketing. WAG. Probably. And it's interesting because WAG also has connotations from professional sports organisations as well, doesn't it?
Original footballer's wife, right here. This is my palace. There is a swimming pool for the blue tits in the garden. It's called a bird.
Oh, well done. That's excellent. Yeah. So it really is interesting, because I think that often what happens, like with meaningful conversations, which you and I are chatting about, is that when you can be quite free without a strict agenda, often ideas and thoughts can just sort of flow, can't they, naturally, rather than being sort of forced in a box. And I've often done that when I've been with clients, where I'll just sit there. I've got no agenda at all, no notepad, nothing, just a cup of coffee maybe, and just wait to see what happens, what comes up. And because without a fixed agenda, then the outcome doesn't have to be fixed either, does it? It can be flexible.
Well, I think this is where I enjoy saying stuff like, life is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
Because you never do. I always say as well, you never know where a conversation will lead. So unless you're open to exploring and listening to what that person's interested in and what they're looking to achieve, and maybe how you can help them, and beautiful relationships come out of that without physically meeting, we can't do that at the minute. But interesting how this week it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and
Yeah.
I've got planned some really big campaigns with clients that work in mental health and are looking to support in mental health. And a lot of those events haven't been able to go out.
That's right.
Because we can't go out, you know. But they're doing things online, and they're inviting select people, and so in lots of ways, this current situation is kind of making us work harder at having smarter conversations with the right people, and I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, if we think about the responses you've had on the social media side, on LinkedIn, for example, I mean, it just sort of, it's like a bonfire sometimes for you, isn't it? Just one little spark and away it goes.
Yeah, I think yesterday I posted just an update to a project that I'm involved in. Because for me it's important, if I'm invested in something, that when I'm starting to talk to people, that they can see it's real, and it you know, so I was looking for some proof on my LinkedIn profile that I'd got reason to be speaking to you about this project. So all I did yesterday morning at about 7:30 was updated my profile to include this role. And oh my goodness, you know, the notification that LinkedIn sends out to say Wendy's got a new position went bonkers. And I think yesterday afternoon, about 7 hours after it had posted, I took a picture of it and shared it, because I was just absolutely amazed. You know, there was like 60 odd reactions, 125 odd comments, and me being me, I love to just say thank you personally. You know, there's nobody else here. I haven't got you know, anybody sitting locked in a cupboard under the stairs doing it for me. And then when I looked back on my direct messages, I literally just sent a thank you gift to everybody that direct messaged me. And I got asked, you know, and I said it's gone bonkers, and I got asked how many messages I'd got, and I counted close up to 400. My 11-year-old got to 412, but I reckon there might have been a dozen or so actual real messages that I was dealing with in there. So I reckon about 400. And this morning another 50 messages sitting waiting in my inbox.
So let's look at this, okay, because there'll be people watching and listening to us having this chat thinking, wow, I wish I could generate that. And they might think that it's like one of these bright, shiny objects where you can just like wave a magic wand and all of a sudden
it's witchcraft.
It will happen. Yeah, it is witchcraft, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. If there was one tip, though, that you could give people from your insight, what would it be?
Follow LinkedIn's notifications.
Right, okay.
LinkedIn actually ask you to be involved with things. They send you notifications alerting you to different things.
Right.
So use those touch points to stay in contact. And often those touch points that LinkedIn are sort of saying and steering you and saying to do, say happy birthday, happy anniversary, oh congratulations on your promotion, oh new job, that's great. You know, by showing that encouragement and support to others, in actual fact, it's what comes back. It's that what goes around comes around.
Well, there's a couple of things I picked up there, Wendy. First of all, you actively respond to everyone. Number one. But also, what you've just explained follows your 3-letter acronym. So the words, i.e. what LinkedIn give you, are an audience that you can then get guidance from them and go towards them to help them achieve their goals, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, you're so smart.
Well, just outrageous, I can assure
you. Which is why we get on so well, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's just, you know, you and I have been chatting for a little while, haven't we? And it's how can we sort of like join together the thinking process? And I think sometimes it's just doing what we're doing now, putting something together, maybe just a short little bite-size hints and tips for people out there to create meaningful conversations.
Well, sure, and of course, I'm guessing that just listening to us this morning, there'll be lots of questions that they would want us to talk about. So I would just open up the forum and say, if you would really like to ask us anything, what we think, we'll have a little talk about it.
You know what? I think that's a great place to end what we're doing now, because it's the beginning of a new beginning, isn't it? So yeah, so if you've enjoyed Wendy and myself having a chat, finding out maybe some really subtle techniques on how to improve your social media, there's a whole lot more here, folks. Just let us know, because this will be posted somewhere, won't it, Wendy?
As soon as it's converted, it will be, yes.
I knew that would be the case. Brilliant.
Oh, lovely. Thanks a lot.
We're done.